What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So today we have a 10.1 prediction tier list for all the healers in PvP. I know at this moment the patch is not out yet. I just want to give my prediction, just give you guys some information, because a lot of people have been asking, like, I want a healer level new healer, what should I play? So you know, these may or may not be wrong, very likely wrong, but I want to just give some information out there to you guys to see if you guys are coming back to the game or whatnot, or just looking for something different to play. And let me also preface this. So 10.1 is changing a lot in terms of the pacing of PvP. Honestly, nobody knows what's going to happen. They've increased health pools. They've increased primary stat a ton. And both healers and DPS, even more so DPS. Healers have more health. There are less crits. Crits are also all lowered. So we don't really know the pacing of it. My assumption is what they were trying to do was to increase the sustain damage and reduce the burst. Okay, so keep that in mind, and that is a lot of the basis. So I'm going to be judging it based off changes, tier sets, but most importantly, the pacing of the game. So what healers will respond and react better to that type of pacing. So first off here, Discipline Priest. This is the class that I will definitely be maining. I'm having so much fun playing it at the moment. As a Discipline Priest, I'm going to put it at a solid A tier. I do think it's going to be very good as well going to next patch. You are losing your 4-set, which made your shields really big, or a lot bigger than they were. But so that will definitely hurt you slightly, but you are getting a new tier set, the 2-set specifically, which is increasing your Purge of the Wicked damage by 12.5%, as well as your Radiance by 8%, which is really nice, or 7.5%. So that's going to be some pretty nice increase on healing and atonement via atonement or Radiance. So I think we're going to be kind of in the same boat. The reason I do like Discipline Priest going to patch on the note of the pacing is you actually have the most amount of damage reduction out of any healer. So if the pacing is really high, it is, mind this, the throughput's not as good. So if you fall behind, it's going to be very punishing, but you have the opportunity to not fall behind with potentially offensive gameplay, as well as using your damage reductions responsibly. So it's kind of a hit or miss. If you're playing Discipline Priest well, you're going to do very well if you're like proactively popping cooldowns. But if you aren't, you know, or you're newer, or you're a little slower on your reaction speed, your Discipline Priest is going to feel very bad. So that's definitely something to look out for. Next up here, we have the Holy Paladin. So Holy Paladin, sleeper here, okay? I am actually going to put it as an A tier. It definitely has potential to go S, okay? Let me explain why. I have the notes up here. I just want to show you guys this really quick. H-Pal is actually not that bad right now. The throughput is really good. And it's only getting better. So a few things you are getting a change to Avenging Crusader, which is it's going to be affecting it. The mastery is going to, it's a slight nerf to it, but it's going to be affected by mastery. But most importantly, the PvP changes specifically. You are getting, okay, so you're obviously getting your Searing, you're getting this new Searing Glare talent. You're getting a 25% buff to Flash of Light, a 25% buff to Holy Light. Aura Mastery is getting buffed by 15% as well. These are really big on top of all that. And then the tier set is like Critical Strike or Critical Holy Shock bonus, I believe, is something like that, is getting buffed by like 40%. And even with the 50% nerf, you're still at 30% bonus crit, which is great, because especially with the crit being nerfed, kind of compensates them a little bit more. So I think you're getting a lot of really good healing. The reason I don't want to put it as an S tier at the moment is because you have a lot of the same issues you currently have, which is susceptibility to CC, and just, yeah, susceptibility to CC in general. And although CC is getting nerfed, even though the CC durations may be shorter, if the sustained damage is that high, you're still gonna suffer, because there's other healers out there that you will see that I will maybe put up a little higher, is that they will effectively be able to heal through the CC a lot more effectively. Same kind of reason for Disc Priest as well. You know, you get in that full trap, they get stunned to trap, you may just die in that one thing because you don't have any hots or any totems or anything like that helping you out. So I'm going to put it at an A tier. It may actually become an S tier, I think, depending on how the pacing of the meta goes. Holy Priest as well. So Holy Priest, I'm going to put it at a B tier. I really don't think it's going to be bad. The tier set may be insane, okay? Hear me out. So the tier set is basically your palm has a 35% chance, 50% nerfed in PvP. So you have what, 17.5% chance to duplicate itself. And palm ticks like a motherfucker, man. Like, it is ticking all over the place in 3 specifically, especially Solo Shuffle. And then as these tick, they duplicate. You apply a new one. That one could be duplicating. And then you also get the 4 set, which is every time it ticks, it's going to make your next Holy Word spell X% better, like makes it like buff it. And if you're getting multiple of these palms out at once and they're all duplicating, you're going to get an insane amount of healing off of those palms. You're going to get Apoth procs because of it. You're going to get a lot of synergy off of this palm procs, and you're going to get your holy words, your holy words of spells are going to be way more powerful as well. So honestly, I think there is potential, depending on how this how palm's tuning is, it actually may come out to an A tier. But I'm going to put it at probably my guess as a B tier at the moment. Mistweaver, definitely going to be proccing it as an S tier. Fist weaving itself is only getting better. You're getting a few talents here that are going to make it even better. You're getting ancient teach, or not this one here. Let me get the PvP changes here. You're getting a new talent, Phala Cord, which is going to reduce the cooldown of Phala Stomp and make it a 60% slow. Basically 100% of the time, because you're going to get 10-second cooldown. It lasts for more than 10 seconds, and you also can proc them. This talent, though, is ridiculously OP, and I don't know why it hasn't been nerfed. It's probably because Blizzard doesn't test their stuff, or if they do, they don't give a damn. Because, let me tell you how this works. It has no cooldown, it lasts for 30 seconds, and you can just put this on your target. It is effectively a permanent Dark Archangel. Dark Archangel is an 8-second duration, and it has to apply to teammates with Atonement, and it only lasts for 15 seconds or something like that. This is permanent. 10% increase from all damage sources. It is dispellable, but it has no cooldown. You just put it up again. And then, or you can infinitely make a friendly target increase their healing, take about 15%. This is absolutely bonkers. And combine this with Crystallis now being in the regular talent tree, so you don't really even lose a talent. Effectively, you just get rid of Crystallis, you take it in the talent tree, and then you just take Zen Spheres. And I think it's going to be absolutely busted. The healing throughput is going to be ridiculous with this. And then when you have offensive pressure with your team, you swap it over to an offensive Zen Sphere, they kill the target. I think this is going to be game-breaking for them. On top of them already having insane throughput, their tier set makes them basically have infinite mana. I think this is a no-brainer S-tier pick going into the patch, whether it's casted Mistweaver or Fistweaver. Okay, going on next here, we have Restoration Druid. Restoration Druid. I almost want to put this as a C tier, but I'm going to put it as a low B tier. Because there are definitely some niche cases where Archer Druid does do well, specifically in probably Mage Lock, kind of like how it pretty much all it does. But I think outside of Mage Lock, effectively Archer Druid is going to suck. I think in Solo Shuffle it's going to suck. I think in regular threes, outside of those niche comps, it's going to suck. Twos, it may have some use with the tier set. The tier set is a nice little hot bonus, and you are getting the new Master Shapeshifter, which I will definitely be trying out, for Convoke's sake. But I think in general, I think it's going to be it's not going to be as good as any of these other healers. I'm going to be putting it as the bottom healer here. But it's still a B tier. I think people will still make it work. If you're an insane Wrestler Druid, you're going to make it work still. But I'm going to put it as a B tier for there. Restoration Druid, Restoration Shaman, I am going to actually also leave that as an S tier as well, kind of similar to where it is now. I know people talk about the totem killing. I make jokes about it all the time. People don't kill totems until they're 3K rated. Like, let's be real. Like, they don't kill totems. And because of that reason, with the really high sustained damage that may be predicted to coming in with the pacing of the game, having Riptide and Earthshield as an insanely strong HOTS, and then a Healing String Totem and Healing Tide Totem as passive, really strong heals, I think that's going to be just such a good gameplay. The one downfall I could see for Shaman to get knocked down a tier is if their sustained healing, the tuning is not enough. If Earthshield, Healing Stream, and Riptide are not enough, and they are forced to cast a lot, it may kind of knock them down, because once they get susceptible to getting kicked, they really can fall through fast. But on the other hand, precog is still a thing, so precog is going to be baseline for everybody, and they are going to benefit greatly from that, as well as Restoration Druid with Cyclone. As long as if you're good at juking, getting those massive HOTS, and those massive HOTS from both of these classes are going to be awesome. Actually, on the note, Mistweaver also has really strong HOTS as well. So precog might be really good for Monk, because people always miss their kicks because they soothing miss instantly and fake it. So we'll see. On that, and then also just Resto Shaman on that note. So Resto Shaman is getting a few changes as well. You're getting more procs on your Ascendance procs, which is going to be really nice. You're getting half the duration on Earthgrab Totem, so you're going to have a lot more roots. And as well as, I believe they are getting a 6% buff to Healing Surge as well, right? So you're getting 6% buff to Healing Surge, a new Rain Dance. So there may be some Healing Rain build that may come out too. As well as they're getting the Burrow talent. So if you're getting constantly trained, they could just ice block essentially, and they'd be fine. And then, sorry, just to kind of jumping back here. Restoration Druid is not getting any changes, by the way. You're getting like a 5% buff to regrowth initial, so another reason why they aren't going to do too well. Lastly, we have Preservation Evoker. I think I'm going to put Preservation Evoker as a high A. I think it's still going to be phenomenal, but I think the loss of the tier set is going to be way bigger, a really big impact on them. Not having that instant 20% buff Living Flame, especially when it's AoE based on that one talent. I think that's going to give them a little bit of a hit to it. Your new tier set, two set at least, I think people are going to run. Especially I think it's a Spirit Bloom has a hot, which it really isn't that good, by the way. And then Deep Breath healing increased by 15%, I think it was, which will be halved, but it's a lot of increase on healing. So I think they're still going to be very good. They have a lot of mobility. They have CC immunities. Just, I think overall very good healer. But I think what's holding them back from the S tier is going to be that having to force them to cast a lot more. Again, precog may help out with these things, but we'll see how it goes. So that is my tier list going into 10.1. Again, this is a prediction. This may be wrong. Feel free to drop a comment on what you think is going to happen, but this is just kind of what I would come up with. I will do an updated one next week before the season starts. So I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you guys subscribe and like if you did enjoy the video, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.